Hi, so I decided to make a lesson for my Algebra 1 course. This is the main course I teach. I only teach one other pre-algebra course, and so this is something I can use in a lot of my classes. I was thinking about the different areas that students struggle, and one of the units that I thought of was the exponent unit because I'm always a little surprised by how much trouble some of the students have with it, especially in the long term. We do the exponent unit about halfway through our year, and then we keep coming back to our exponents throughout the year, and remembering the rules or the shortcuts, or even remembering how to write an exponent problem out to solve it, is just something that I tend to see students struggle with just a little bit. So I actually decided to use a problem that I've previously used as an extension activity, and when I was reading the assignment, this is a problem that came to mind, and kind of with the Collins article that talked about how to effectively teach problem solving, that really got me thinking about how I could incorporate a generation phase before the consolidation or instruction phase. And so instead of using this problem as an as an extension activity, if we have time, I thought maybe it would be better as an exploratory activity at the beginning of the unit to just give students something to look at and just a fun way to enter the unit and kind of introduce the material. And so it would be very short. I would have students be in groups as they're looking at this problem, and I'd give them maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and depending on how the individual groups are doing, I would kind of base the total amount of time I give them off of the progress that I'm seeing as I'm walking around and listening. But the problem I would give them is, after opening an ancient bottle that you found on the beach, a genie appears. As payment for freedom, the genie offers you $50,000 right now, or a magic penny that will turn into 2 pennies at the end of the first day, 4 pennies at the end of the second day, 8 pennies at the end of the third day, and will continue this pattern for 28 days. So that's the problem I would give students, and then I have a list of prompts that I would want them or expect them to look at during the time. So which payment would they choose and why, just to get kind of initial thoughts or reactions or their original choice. And then how much money would you have on the 28th day? So they would be expected to figure out how to determine that amount of money they would have, and then describe the process that they use to find the amount of money at the end of the 28th day. And then after they've gone through those problem solving steps of figuring out like what's the problem asking, so hopefully realizing that the money is doubling each day and figuring out a plan for how they could find that amount of money. Then question D will ask them again which payment would they choose and why, just to see if their initial response changed at all after they found out how much money they'd have on the 28th day. And then question E, kind of leading into the exponent rules that we would look at after this, is can you think of a shortcut that would allow you to calculate the amount of money at the end of the 28th day? So again, I'd have them do it in groups, and I wouldn't give them, it is a short problem, just that one question, and so I wouldn't give them too much time, so it would be a really good thing that I could do at the beginning of class, kind of as a bell ringer almost, and then once they have those ideas of what they needed to do in order to find the amount of money, and perhaps ideas for those shortcuts, we can use that as kind of a segue into our exponent unit. And then as we're talking about exponents and what they are and the different rules and shortcuts, we can come back to this problem. And once we have those shortcuts, we can see how much faster it is, or how much more efficient it is to use the exponents to solve this type of problem. So that is my plan for this problem. Thanks for watching.